just isn't putting in as much effort on the glass as he used to. He's not rebounding nearly as effectively anymore, and that's something that needs to change.
So let's take a look at the Charlotte starting lineup. They've got Washington. He's out there with Hernan Gomez. Monk is out there with Bridges, and it's Graham in at the point guard position. And for the Nets, Irving and LeVert are at the 1 and 2. Then there's DeAndre Jordan, and it's Durant. And so the Charlotte Hornets get the first points of the ball game. When you're a championship contender, Chris, what are the aspects, the characteristics of an offense that is needed to get to that level?
You have to be balanced. You just can't be an inside team that can't shoot threes. You can't be a team that just shoot threes. You have to have guys that can dribble, that can get their own shot. You need guys that can catch and be standstill shooters as well, so that when you have the guys that dribble and get that space, their hands are ready and they're already prepared to shoot. And then it'd be really nice to have a post player, a dominant inside finisher, a guy that once he gets it in the painted area, everyone's going to have to watch out because he's going to dunk on him and make a poster.
Now, here is Irving. Outside Durant. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you got to bring much faster help than that.
Graham with the ball, covered by Irving. And it's Graham missing.
Nothing less than that kind of defense will cut it against him. That's just great work inside.
Up and in on the layup. 6 points for him.
Oh, that's not the kind of interior defense you want. Way too slow to protect the rim.
Pass to Bridges. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. A baseline J. Rebound, Brooklyn. Last time they met was in Charlotte, where they beat the Hornets.
And the last time these two met, they were able to get a big win because of that bench production. Second unit might be a factor in this one as well.
Well, that's just something to keep an eye on. I mean, when their reserves are operating at a high level, so tough to beat.
Monk's shot's good.
Anytime Monk gets room to shoot, especially inside, he's such a crafty guard who you want to see pulling the trigger from inside.
Back to LeVert. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots. Off to a good start.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game.
Graham with the ball. He's covered by Irving. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. The shot by Monk is no good.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Pass to Jordan. He lobs it up, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Now, here's Monk, covered by Irving, and it's blocked by Jordan.
And really, that's the brilliance of Jordan, just denying those shots there with tremendous power. Yeah, going hard to the rack, making a statement here early on.
Yeah, GA, I mean, great look, high percentage shot. That's the efficiency you're looking to establish.
And so it's Charlotte with it after the basket by Brooklyn. And it's out of bounds. The Hornets able to retain possession here. Passes it to Monk. From 13.
It's been a really tough quarter for him. I mean, he cannot get his shots to drop.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Ooh,
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Graham with the ball. 11 points for him in that last game against Washington.
And that didn't come at the cost of his defense. In fact, I think it fed his defense. He had 4 steals in that game.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Kevin Durant. The Hornets shooting their first free throws of the game.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
Yeah, and the Hornets, they'll be one of the more disciplined teams you'll find in this league. I mean, they keep mistakes to a minimum on both sides of the ball. That's a big part of why the Hornets are tough to play.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, I got to talk to James Borrego a bit a few minutes ago. Going up against the still imposing presence of DeAndre Jordan, Coach said he's one of the all-time athletes at the center position. Right near the top as far as game dunkers, too. Kevin, they're trying to deny him deep position. Good look. Back to you.
Thanks, David. Here's Graham. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Shot clock at 5. It's tipped. Nets leading by 4. And Chris, for the Hornets, as we know, their coach Borrego preaches preparation.
Well, yeah, and it shows it up in the stats, Kevin. I mean, they're the best in taking care of the ball. The team does not take silly fouls on defense.
And the Hornets making a change here. Rozier's checked in. And the free throw drops for LeVert. Hornets trail by 7. Rozier up top. LeVert defending. Inside. Hernan Gomez passes to Washington. And he gets it to go. Washington's got 6.
Challenging the bigger defender, cutting him down to size with that one.
Oh, that's a tough, tough shot. I mean, you have to have confidence in your abilities to even take it.
And he drops in the layup off the glass. 14 points for him.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
LeVert against Rozier. Shoots over LeVert. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. The NBA will play a regular season game in Paris for the first time. Hornets and Bucks. Chris, you're planning to be there for that, aren't you?
Such a beautiful city. Can't wait. And think about all our players from France that are here now that are doing such great things in the NBA. It's going to be awesome for them to get to go home and do it in front of their families.
Allen's checked in for Brooklyn. Spencer Dinwiddie comes in for Karis LeVert. Durant against Bridges. Down low. And there's Zeller. That's good on the assist from Bridges.
Look, he has a good feel for the painted area. Zeller, never in a rush. Very deliberate with his moves.
Zeller with the double team. Dinwiddie outside. Clock at 6. Lets it go from deep. But they recover it. Allen kicks to Irving. Drills the three-pointer. And the Nets lead by 6.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Rozier against KD. Now the pass to Zeller. Here's Bridges. Pass to Rozier. Three-pointer. Rebound, Brooklyn.
Strong D on the perimeter. That's how you got to play.
There's the feed to Irving. Again, the Nets for 2.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Hornets trail by 8. Rozier with the ball. Guarded now by Durant. At the top of the key, Bridges. Dishes to Graham. Rozier looking around. No good that time. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. On its way from Irving for two. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Rozier kicks to Bridges. Charlotte no good that time either.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
No, you're right. He'd take that 10 out of 10 times. He's not going to miss many of those.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Now Rozier. He's definitely not pleased how he played against Washington. Will it go? Allen with the rebound. And so Allen will bring it up for the Nets. They lead by 11. Dinwiddie drives in. Right side, Irving. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Irving's got his third bucket of the night.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets.
A career best season for Kyrie Irving in 2018-19. Scoring just as great as ever.
Pass to Graham. And here is Bridges. Passes it to Hernan Gomez. He lobs up the alley-oop pass.
Still just scratching the surface, polishing his game. Bridges' best basketball is ahead of him.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. And now, in the first half of December, more games under our belt. The power rankings starting to take shape. Look at Toronto. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top five.
And I think the Nets, they're the best in class when it comes to putting a great product on the court. And we've seen that in the early going.
Timeout called, the Nets. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
LeVert and Durant out on the perimeter. Then there's Spencer Dinwiddie. Then it's Jordan. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Here's Grant. Dinwiddie covering. And that'll be two free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan. The Hornets have been perfect so far from the free throw line, 6 for 6. He doesn't get the second one. Chris, when you look around the league, who do you feel is the most universally liked player in the league?
That's a good one because there's so many players with great stories. How about Derrick Rose? Fighting all those injuries, coming back, having a 50-point game, becoming a leader again there in Minnesota. The youngest MVP ever, watching his ups and downs. Luka Doncic, how about that guy? That's just from excitement of play. The fact that he's just infused this Dallas team with energy and fun. It's so much fun watching him. And then you got to go with the elder statesman. In other words, we call him the old head where I'm from. And that's Vince Carter. If you don't love Vince Carter, something's wrong with you because he's the line in the sand from Dr. J, Dominique, Jordan, and those dunkers to anything that's happening today. Vince Carter, he's the man.
KD against Bridges. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Chicken wing.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, even a slight movement is going to catch a ref's eye. I mean, they're trained to focus on that.
Dinwiddie finds Jordan. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Brooklyn shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. The first free throw is good.
Well, finally, he's getting himself to the line. He's gotten much more aggressive as the game is going on.
and they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
And the pass to Bridges. High post, Hernan Gomez. He's against Jordan. Hernan Gomez kicks to Monk. Just 4 to shoot. Lets it go with a 3. A rebound by the Nets. Fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
Yeah, and that one, their intensity on the offensive end was not matched by their opponent. That led to some easy buckets.
They just looked a step quicker all game long. They knew they had an advantage on offense.
His second miss of the game still has him shooting 8 for 10. Hornets trail by 15. He dishes it to Graham. Back to Monk. Charlotte moving the ball around. From 12 feet out. And it's Graham missing.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one. And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. And so Graham will bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
To the inside. Durant with the steal. And then Durant with the dunk.
And every step of Durant on a drive covers so much ground. You know he's looking to finish that play with the dunk.
Graham surveying the floor. Monk with the ball, guarded now by Durant. Monk kicks to Graham. Back to Monk. Shoots over Dinwiddie. And again, the Hornets missing.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Yeah, and it hasn't just been the offensive output. They're putting in the work at the defensive end as well.
Charlotte calls timeout. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, they made some spectacular plays in it right to the very end. Just couldn't get over the hump.
Yeah, and sometimes it just comes down to a couple of critical plays which you need to execute in close, ugly games.
Pass to Graham. Hernan Gomez down low. Guarded by Jordan. Now, here's Monk. Last time, 14 points for him.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Durant, that's good. Durant's got his second basket of the night.
What a player. Durant making difficult finishes look second nature. Nothing gets to this guy.
Dinwiddie with the steal. Jordan trying to free himself up. It's LeVert on the wing. Off target from three-point range.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
The Nets have missed 2 free throws in the game, going 5 for 7.
And taking a look at their free throw statistics on the season, right around 74%.
What do you think about some of the most powerful dunks, Chris? The tomahawk jam reigning supreme. Do you prefer the one-handed or the two-handed jam?
Oh,
you did both so well.
You know what? I prefer a body-to-body dunk on you. Like, remember what Derrick Rose did over Dragic back in the day? Oh, my goodness, off the two. Or how about Jordan playing against Atlanta when he pump fakes it with one hand like he's going to shoot it, goes down the lane and dunks on Tree Rollins. Just incredible. Or Blake Griffin dunking on anyone. Or Giannis dunking on anyone. Or Embiid dunking on anyone. Or how about LeBron dunking on anyone? So, me, I just want the showmanship. Doesn't matter if it's one hand, two hands, two legs, one leg, 360, or straight body to body. Just give me something.
Yeah.
Give me something.
I like that. Monk for 3. The shot comes out.
He's gone off the rails this quarter. And it's a bad time to do it. I mean, when they're needing to fight from behind.
And that one is hammered home.
Oh, Kevin, not a petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunnies. And here is Graham. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Stolen by Durant. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
Yeah, going defense to offense in an instant. Every team now calibrated to do that.
Bridges kicks to Monk. Zeller dishes to Monk. Shot clock at 6. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And not his quarter, scoring-wise. Just 1 of 7 from the field.
Dinwiddie outside. We've got 1:18 left to play in the first half. Lays it up off the glass.
He's pulling out all the tricks this quarter. They can't figure out how to stop him.
Pass to Bridges. Kicks to Monk. Passes it to Graham. A floater. Rebound, Brooklyn. Jordan's got his 7th rebound here tonight. There's the pass to KD. And finished off by KD.
Talk about execution on the offensive end. They're leaving nothing on the table right now.
Absolutely relentless. They're in the flow and riding that wave for as long as they can.
Bridges kicks to Monk. 34 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Takes a 3. It's good from long range. Monk's got 7 points.
And you gotta love that three-point stroke of Monk. I mean, he's got such a high arcing shot there. It gives it a good chance to go in from deep.
We've got 13 seconds left in the first half. And he finishes nicely on the layup. He has 30.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're pouring it on right here. Trying to get...
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets with a massive lead of 30 points. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Next game for them, they'll take on the Raptors at Toronto. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. Here's who James Borrego is starting the second half with. Washington out there with Bridges, and there's Monk, and there's Bismack Biyombo, and it's Graham in at point guard. Here's Monk. It's blocked.
And they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
And he jams it with authority.
They've got this lead because he's at the top of his game. He has been the story tonight.
About 1 minute played here in the second half. To the left wing. Some nice pass in here by Charlotte. Great D that time from Irving.
And he's got to do a better job making the D pay for their mistakes. Well, last season, Malik Monk got more chances on the floor. He still showed a bit of inconsistency, and that's going to be something that he'll have to smooth out with time.
Here's Graham. Levert defending. Graham with the ball. No points in the game yet for him. Bridges, no one around him. Gets a very good look and converts. And Chris, you forget just how young Monk was when he came into the NBA.
Yeah, true. His game was very raw, and it's still a work in progress. But you see the flashes of what he's capable of. And Kevin, ultimately, you want him to be better on the defensive end as well.
Outside Irving. Puts it up from 15. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
It hasn't taken them any time to find their rhythm in the second half. 4 for 4 from the field already.
Pass to Bridges. He kicks it to Monk. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Looking to end his cold spell. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
Well, the results are clear as day. Great approach coming into the third quarter. We'll see if they can keep it up.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
And was last...
During most of his rookie season, Monk was relegated to the bench.
Not sure if it was development or opportunity. Hard to say for Monk. Fact is, you can see the knack for scoring he has, even if he's a bit of a volume scorer at this point. And this team will make you pay when they get chances at the free throw line. It's helped them pull ahead here today.
Bridges against KD. Pass to Biyombo. Lets it go from 11. It doesn't go for him. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Passes to Crawford. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. First one falls for him. So he gets them both.
And making the most of their opportunities at the line here in the second half.
There's 45 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Rozier. He's got 9. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss. The pass to Crawford. Left side, Jordan. Zeller grabs the board. Zeller's got 4 rebounds in this game. Now Monk. 8 points for him. From deep. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets, able to put on a show for the ages. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. We'll return shortly. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Well, I like that he didn't make his decision too early. You know, he let the play develop. That's how you do it. Finds the weakness in that defense.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. We've got Spencer Dinwiddie. Durant is out there with Murray. And it's Crawford. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
And when he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. And the defense has to be aware of this. When you don't put a body on him, you pay the consequences.
Oh, and he takes it right at the man who just scored on him.
That's the way to answer back with an in-your-face stuff. Harris has checked in for Jamal Crawford. And the NBA 2K League, C-Web, the first e-sport operated by a U.S. pro sport, and it's quickly growing. Do you throw down on the sticks?
Yeah, just a little announcement to all the GMs in the 2K League. I am available. I'm a free agent. I'm ready to go. I'm nice on the sticks. I can play career mode, team mode, one-on-one mode. Whatever you need from me, I am ready to go. But I love it, man. Like, it's great to see people who love this game, whether it's virtual or real life. It's hoops, baby.
So much fun. Back to Biyombo. From 8. And the Hornets miss again.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
KD with the bucket.
Even with the D giving him a lot of attention, he's still finding ways to light him up.
Pass to Monk. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Count it.
And how committed is Monk there on the attack to the rim? When he puts it on the deck, he's looking to take it all the way.
To the middle. Here's Murray. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Free throw good, Murray. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Martin against Harris. Martin kicks to Monk. Takes the three. The rebound by the Nets.
And not his best day from three-point range. I mean, just one in the first half and still looking for his first here in half number 2.
One negotiating concession the league wants from the Players Union. Prospect attendance, Chris, at the draft combine and team-wide access to player physicals.
Well, this is a tough one because I don't think that a team that is not interested in you should have your physical. And we all know that information is shared, and so it should be genuine in the teams that are truly interested. And so I understand. Oh. That's how you get your boys on the bench going crazy. What an incredible dunk by Durant, who never ceases to amaze me.
Now, here's Monk. He's guarded closely. Back to Martin. Pass to Bacon. Monk for 3. And again, the Hornets missing. For Brooklyn, they've gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter on a roll. Pass to Harris. Beyond the arc. Buries the long-range jumper.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Charlotte has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Back to Monk. Now, here's Biyombo. Kicks to Martin to stop the run. Sinks the triple. Martin's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Yeah, and they are living and dying from beyond the arc since halftime. It's a different look than what we saw in the first half.
Feeds it to Durant. Well, Kevin Durant was highly sought after following this past season. And, Chris, you knew his decision would have a huge ripple effect across the NBA.
Yeah, and at this point in his career, Kev, I mean, KD can do whatever he wants as far as which team he plays for. I mean, he has the titles, he has the money, and he has nothing left to prove. I mean, you can see why he chose this team.
Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Charlotte. Martin, the pass to Bacon. Back to Martin. 5 to shoot. It's blocked. And stolen by Biyombo. And the shot is good. Biyombo's got 5 points now in the quarter.
His shooting has been a bright spot for them. Otherwise, they've struggled as a whole.
To the paint. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. The shot's good from Bacon.
Pressuring the ball and making a play that created the opportunity.
I mean, it all starts from a defensive, active, and willing to gamble a little bit. payoff that he did.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Something you just don't appreciate enough. It's the efficiency of Kevin Durant. 7 straight years now of him shooting over 50% from the floor. I mean, it's incredible given how many shots he takes.
Here's Martin. Dinwiddie with some nice D. For Brooklyn, they've gotten it done so far from the field here in the 4th, going 6 for 7.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
And KD, not just an elite scorer, Chris, as you said, but an efficient elite scorer.
Yeah, Kevin, you look at everyone else in the league scoring 30-plus a night, and they aren't shooting over 50% from the floor. That is just one of the many things that make KD a generational talent on the offensive end.
Left side, Martin. Got it off in time and beat the shot clock, but it's no good. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
That's what they want to see from him. Attack.
Six seconds left to play here in the 4th. Harris looking it over. And so it's Brooklyn easily. They won this game going the way. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And that'll do it, folks. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Hey, it's Shaq. I just want to say, young fella, you made me proud. The effort, the intensity on the glass. Not everyone could do what you do. I hope you know that.
I mean, here's what I'm looking at, Shaq. Guys are on certain tiers, man. C tier is at the bottom, the most of the league. B tier, guys averaging 8 to 10 boards. A tier, 11 to 13 boards. And then there's top tier, baby. The S tier, the Shaq tier. That's what I'm trying to get every night.
And that's bringing a tear to my eye.
All right, game ball goes to the guy who fully dominated tonight.
Hey, I appreciate this, fellas, man.
Che, you had a lot of blocks out there tonight.
You know, that's actually something me and the coaching staff